Top of the morning, gentlemen. Yes, we're back again. I'm gonna break down this. I had some on my mind I wanted to discuss today before we get the work going. How social media created trust issues in relationships. Someone would ask, you hear these popular catchphrases that rappers, artists, entertainers use in their content, in their music, in their works, and some of them catch. So Drake was one of the artists that kind of popularized the term trust issues, or the phrase "I have trust issues." Trust issues are not just about if your significant other will deal with another person, cheat on you, etc. Trust issues go a little bit deeper. Trust issues go into the realm of, is this person going to default on me when it gets rough? Trust issues is more about character flaw than infidelity issues, which those are two things that go hand in hand. They work in tandem. But trust issues, again, people look at them from just a fidelity standpoint, when it's in actuality a collective of a lot of things that determine whether or not, if you put too much stock, investment, trust, power into your significant other, will they leverage that or use that against you or take that for granted? Social media is one of the biggest boxes that Pandora owns, if not the biggest. Social media integrated everyone. At first you had the economic and the physical integration that was started by the civil rights movement back in the early 50s, 60s. But social media came along and said, hey, let's integrate everyone. Not knowing what the initial ramifications would be, you have people that are in place that study. There are new curriculums that are designed behind social media, which is nothing but 15 to 20 years old at most, 20 years old. And now you have new studies that are founded in psychology. Because when you put grown men, women, children in the same environment for too long, there are going to be some type of issues when there are no boundaries. And this is with no boundaries. You can have children and young adults engaging. You look at Kevin Samuels, for example. This man was a mid 50-year-old man arguing with little girls or women that were 20 years old, 19 years old, 20. He's old enough to be their father. He was old enough to be their father. In some cases, grandfather. So when you put people in an environment where there are no boundaries, there are no consequences for certain words, behaviors, only, you can only comment. They're not going to have any regard for respect. And now let's play it on the other end when you have women, because women are the most influential, therefore they're the most influenced. They use their influence as power, which you should. Men do it too, but women have a better opportunity because they are gifted with the beauty aspect. They have the allure that men chase. Men are naturally attracted to women, so it wouldn't be nothing for a beautiful woman to get favor or preferential treatment. Yes, pretty privilege is a thing. But let's connect this to the relationships. You have women who consume an abundant amount of social media per day. Not only is she consuming the social media, just look at how consumed women are or are invested in when it comes to social media or celebrity lifestyle. They want to talk about Blue Ivy. They're talking about LeBron James' son. They're talking about LeBron James' relationship. They're talking about Johnny Depp. They're talking about Michael B. Jordan, Lori Hart. They're so engulfed with these celebrity relationships because they see themselves being celebrities in their own space or becoming to that level one day. Their perception of self is very delusional. Here you have a 400-pound, 300-pound woman. She can get 12,000 likes on her picture knowing damn well she looks like shit. You'll have people in the comments hyping her up, calling her all type of beautiful, this, that, and the third, but let a broke man post his hoopty, overweight man titties with $60 in his pocket as if he's balling. He's not going to get 14 likes. This is why we have such confusion, because men and women have been groomed, mostly women, have been conditioned and indoctrinated to think that they are the same as men. And so what they do is they try to go and pick the double standards that work. So what happens is with social media, people put their lives on display. So people are friends with their peers, and people that they hate are in secret competition with. So when the social media contest is in someone else's favor, other people tend to get jealous. They tend to get triggered. They tend to get antsy because this person is going to beat me to the finish line. This is from women. This is the behavior that you see from women, which is why you always see women falling out with one another. Ignorant. How are grown women continuously losing friends and falling out with others over the most trivial things? They're not falling out because, oh, well, I'm going non-dairy, no alcohol, and vegan and working out. This person is not, so we're going to separate on those conditions. They're not separating on conditions of betterment. They're separating and falling out on conditions of temperament, meaning their mind state fluctuates from one place to the next very quickly and very easily. They're easily moved off center. But dating during the pre-social media, because this is why, certain men have game for the, upcoming generations and so forth. But there's a reason why CEOs and the old school pastors and leaders of the community were of a certain age, because you cannot teach wisdom. Certain things in life you cannot teach unless you go through them, unless you go through the experience, unless you have an abundant amount of experience, as I do when it comes to dating women. That's why I title myself the Date Master. People try to re-narrate or reconstruct your title and position into something that fits their justification by not agreeing with it. Well, how are you going to talk about relationships and marriage and you're not? Bitch, my name is the Date Master. The same reason you listen to Dr. Dre and he's not a medical doctor. Yeah, that way. See, they come up with these dumb argumentative points simply for tools of deflection. But dating during pre-social media, you really had to step to women. This new batch is weak, both men and women. You have women that come with all type of baggage talking about, if a man sneeze wrong, I'm leaving. If he tie his shoe up wrong, shut the fuck up. Here you come, 34, 35 with babies or a child that if it's a son, it's definitely fucked. You made him your son husband. He's not about to allow another man to come in and take his position. Yet you wonder why the women that have boys, ask yourself, why do I have such a hard time dating? Or I wouldn't even say dating, because you can get the dick. You can go get some wings, a blunt, hookah and stuff like that. Go back to the crib and fuck. You can get that. But you're not getting a quality relationship where a man is pouring into you, because he can't. The time does not permit. The environment does not permit. You can get dick and donuts all day. Yeah, bring some wings and some Bud Lights and blacks. You go to a chick's house on her off night when she's guaranteed, you'll find all type of things. Black and Mild wrappers, cigarillo papers, empty beer cans. But the women that have children, just ask yourself, why do you have the such a hard time dating? especially if your kid is in the preteen. If your boy is what, 8 to 14, oh, it's a wrap. Your dating life is not in an abundant state, so stop the cap. See, the thing about women, they think we don't see them. They think they can post these coded, encrypted messages, display this behavior, not knowing that the more we let you speak, the more you're going to tell us. But you think that you're smarter than us. And that is the whole kicker behind a woman's behavior pattern. They think they can do it, and we don't know what they're doing. They think they can move. Oh yeah, do this, girl. Yeah, do this, girl. Yeah, again. Here's your 36th birthday. Still no man. Let me guess. This is the year, though. Before I get off on a tangent on that, pre-social media, you had to really know how to talk with girls, talk to women. I was on the phone on three-way calls, 5th, 6th grade. Girls calling the house, to the point to where in 9th grade, my parents decided to get me my own line because the phone was ringing just that much. Very sociable from elementary, middle, and high school. House parties, going out. I was going out to the skating rink in the movie at 11, 12 years old. I didn't see you guys there. Like, I was out in the scene early. Had the prettiest girl in school in the 7th grade. She was an A. She was the prettiest girl in the school. Had me nervous as hell every time she came around because I wasn't. Again, I'm 12 years old. At the house party, she's wanting to dance. I'm wallflower, so I had to come up out of that. But pre-social media, you had to really step down. You had to drop the notes off. You had to send the letters. You had to interact with these people in person. Post-social media area, all you have to do is send a DM, send an inbox. So think about the woman that gets hundreds of these a day. She thinks her man is also doing the same things that the simps are doing because that's what she picked, was a simp. So if she comes across a man who doesn't display simp tendencies, or who is conveyed that, hey, this is a little different. I know you dealing with these guys. You see this is not that type of party. Some of them will catch on, some of them won't, because of the amount of inboxes they get from beta and weak orbiters per day. It's hard for them to believe that they got a guy who doesn't do the same thing. Trust issues are built because social media makes women compare lifestyles. They're either looking for comparison or compassion. They want compassion because they see women who have made the same mistakes they made, so they gravitate to these women. They gravitate to their pages, their posts, their YouTube videos. But women end up creating problems when there should not be a problem, because I've learned and I've seen that these women that talk about money and men being economically attractive and all, that's bullshit. Money does not make women happy. I've seen that, and I've heard women say that out of their own mouths. Woman is not, you get on your purpose. You do that for you, and because money is a tool and you use it to build. You use it to build, and you use it to acquire real assets. And then if you have a thing on the side that brings you joy, you put money into that too. I'm not against that. But women create these problems because they're over consuming social media. So when you put yourself in the line of fire and get hit, you look stupid. It's like going to a paintball fight and asking yourself, why do you have paint on your shirt? You're going to social media to engage in the bullshit and wondering why you get bullshit out of it. Wondering why you're constantly in bullshit. I'm not engaging in the crime conversations. The back and forth, the who did it first. I'm not engaging in that. That's peon shit. Rick Ross said it best. I can tell you pussy by your conversation. The shit that gets you guys going and get your antennas up lets me know a lot about you. He said that was a great, I can tell you pussy by your conversation. What you talking about? Women's shoes and what? Hoochie daddy shorts and what? What? So again, fellas, you must understand the power that social media has over your woman. You have to break her out of that. If you're wanting to have a healthy, productive relationship, that social media shit has to take a back seat, because it will create issues in your relationships. Because her friends are sending stuff, they're in these group chats talking about what was just posted on social media. They're going to social media to see it. It's just a big clusterfuck. So again, social media creates trust issues because it creates contempt, it creates jealousy, envy, comparison. All of these things do not work when you're trying to build something with someone else, or what I say, when you're even trying to build something with yourself. Being consumed with other people's opinions, lifestyle, decisions, wardrobe, etc. is counterproductive. But you guys let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.